There was a good, the village kicked off that DRA meeting. That was good, well attended, long. I left after the first hour. They were so long.
Yeah, they started more.
Well, I understand there's stuff they need to get through, but we should have had like an internal board meeting. It's more than local planning committee, which I consider like a board. They should have had that, which could have been, you could make it open to the public, and then they should have like a public info session. Because a lot of it was the mechanics of the program that, your local developers and business owners don't really need to be there for. So,
I went to the school board to meet that, but that was
is it settling down at all, or?
they were fine last night. They're all over the board and pretty much stuff in the handbook and all that. Now, for people coming in, they'll have more. It's all good, but it changed.
Yeah, and who's taking all that on? And I don't think you see the transition in those, like, there's not a lot of turnover in those roles because people are,
think they knew.
That's no. I'll try to manage my time. All right, let's start with roll call for our August 12th, 2026 Hamburg IDA Board of Directors meeting. Marianne Costello,
Present.
Cam Hall, Bob Hutchison, Janet McGregor-Plar, Tom Moses, Mel Perkins, and Wentz will hopefully be here any second. And Patrick Castiglia, Andy Palmer are both on vacation, and we have Jennifer and Mary. Please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, next, can I please have a motion to open the August 12th Hamburg, New York IDA Board of Directors meeting at 7:34 a.m. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Mary Ann. All in favor?
Aye.
First item on the agenda are meeting minutes from July 8th, 2026. Thanks, Cam.
Second.
Thanks, Bob. Any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Next, our financial report from July 31st, 2026.
Yes, as you can see, kind of pretty much normal stuff for this time of the year. At the end of the day, we get total assets and total liabilities of $670,282.83. Motion to approve financial statements.
Thanks, Janet.
Second.
Cam? Mary Ann? Any questions? All in favor? Opposed? Carried. Okay, on to my report. Thanks to Janet. We had a good tour. We had a ton of officials from the town of Saugerties, I think village actually, Saugerties. And from their village trustees and their planning department. Key Energy, which operates a project in Blaisdell. It's the battery energy storage facility. And it's been in operation here about 3 years, I would say. They had reached out, the developer had reached out to see if we would host a tour of the facility because they had some concerns. So it was impressive that, it's a 5-hour drive, I would say, easy. They came out, they had a nice lunch at Hoke's. They toured the facility and pretty much we were there 2.5 hours. It was hot. But they had a number of questions. I think it addressed a lot of concerns relative to like noise and disturbance in terms of a development like that. So, it's just it was interesting to see like people going out and viewing these projects and, supporters, kind of helping to guide the way, like Janet, you didn't have to do that. It was hot out and humid. But to just kind of show what's going on and also to talk about, the impact, positive and negative to the community. There's not a lot of negatives really for the development here. Certainly it's something there that wasn't there before. I mean, that is that, but there's a lot of financial benefits and some grid benefits to the project as well. So I just thought it was impressive that they took the time out to do that. Their project, as it's proposed, is 5 times larger than what ours is, but like noise was a big concern. The fire department, I think also one of those people was, served in the volunteer fire department, and okay. So, and potentially like on the planning board or the village board. So, but like noise, for example.
The telephone, which were half a mile away, were noisier than.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a car driving by Electric Avenue is noisier than that air conditioner is noisier than. I think what their perception is, and often in these cases, like the perception versus the reality, I think it helps them to really understand that it could be a viable project in their area. So thank you. We did work with Eagle Hawk and Empire State Development. Empire State Development will often fund like to try to do like more international trade type operations, and we've tried to do a number of things with them. But this is the first one I think that actually is moving forward, taking off, where the state is supporting Eagle Hawk, which does a lot of drone work and surveying for facilities via drones, like thermal imaging, to go out to the United Kingdom for a kind of technology summit regarding drone type businesses. So that was nice to kind of bring them to the table and make that link for them so they can hopefully have some international growth. We did have another continued meetings on 5272 South Park, which is the convent site. So always trying to work with, that is kind of on the town short list for priority development sites. And, so they're trying to get some movement there. I had a tour with the Center for Executive Leadership through the University of Buffalo. So they do a lot of work with like Launch New York. I know you're somewhat involved with them. Just to like, as our vision for the 6122 South Park site move forward, our building development potentially, to try to get some job startup resources, economic development resources beyond what we typically provide there. Hang on, I'm getting a call from this. Hi. Yeah, we're in it. Are you still there? Oh no.
Sarah, would you turn that off?
It's up to you. I mean, we don't have a thick agenda. Actually, we had a bond project and they want to pause on it. I mean, we're probably going to be here for another half hour.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, no, we got forums. So. I know. Okay, we'll see you. Bye. So the train stopped. So, yeah, just to try to potentially, between us and the chamber and other, like almost like a rotation of economic development resources, whether it be the Center for Executive Leadership, just any small development business resources that we can plug into that building. We have a little bit more of a Southtown's presence. That's kind of what we're doing. So moving forward with that, I think that's really what I wanted to highlight. I am working with the town on the Hamburg Development Corporation. Our loan fund or agreement is up, and from time to time it takes some effort to work through that agreement. So that draft, trying to work to get that on the town board agenda. So we're in a period right now where we want to, before we take on new loan projects, we got to get the agreement situated. So, just kind of like an applause there, trying to work that through.
What what kind of funds do you guys have available?
We have, what is it, about 170,000, I want to say about now. I'm looking at Mary. Oh, is it over 200? So, so that's in, and then we probably have about 450 in like receivables. Yeah. So, but like the dry gunpowder in terms of like active loan funds, but we've had, it ebbs and flows. But this year we already have 2 loans done, and like, right now I have an applicant that I'm working through. So, there's this year in terms of activity, it's higher than normal.
Okay.
So good activity. We can do loans up to $100,000. So there is a cap thing.
That funding comes from CDBG money,
It's CDBG money, yes.
so it's not coming from the taxpayers,
No,
coming from the federal government to the town to be distributed.
But ultimately, it's still their money, right?
Well, yes, but it's supposed to be used for very specific.
yeah, it's federal money.
Not to pick on the village of Hamburg. The village of Hamburg is too rich. There can be no CDBG projects in the village of Hamburg.
We don't get a penny,
That's right.
free.
In the
I just learned
village,
that yesterday.
in the village, anything south of Lake Avenue can be used. Anything north of Lake Avenue it can't be used.
South.
So basically,
Oh,
Lake Avenue
Right.
to 179. You can use it in those areas, but you can't use it over here.
Now,
Because HUD changes the maps. So within the town of Hamburg, there's certain HUD areas,
Certain pocket areas, yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you're with CDBG and with, our group, because it touches so many, it has the potential to help others.
Yeah, Mary put together a nice dashboard. It's an impactful, I don't have it with me, but it's, we did submit that to the town just over the time. Generally successful, largely successful in terms of like loans that go bad. They happen, they're out there, but on a percentage basis, very small. But the job growth and the investment that it catalyzes is it's a good program. Actually, the downtown revitalization or the New York Forward grant rollout for the village of Hamburg was last night. And often in that program, they will create a similar fund, a revolving loan fund, more so for building improvement. So like they could allocate a pot of money. They didn't really highlight that. I don't know if they like to do that, but I know that other municipalities have created like a building improvement revolving fund. So because essentially the guys is that, there is this initial cash injection, but then from there, it's more sustainable because you live off of your interest. And, we take, the problem is if you're looking to benefit from the fees, like it's not, we take a fee out to operate it, but it doesn't really cover the costs. When you're collecting, we've done some improvements in terms of, we are requiring loans now. We could do a board exception, but it'd be a board vote, but you have to do ACH. So if you come in and do a loan at closing, we get your bank account routing info and we do an auto withdrawal. So it has helped human resources in terms of calling and reminding.
Chase the money.
So chasing the money. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions or comments on that? Next, I will get into a motion to adopt the revised agency combined fee schedule as amended. I'll talk to this just briefly. So what we're experiencing now, our current application fee is $500. As we're finding as of recent, Jamel had seen the expense for the public hearing notice. I think it was like it was over $530. So with the increase in the publication requirements, this is something that we are required to do by state law. It's not even covering the application fee. So, it doesn't even cover our time to process the application, to review the draft applications. So we're proposing here to increase the application fee to $1,000. That's the only change to the fee schedule. Some of the municipal IDAs, I believe, are still at 500.
Considering it, their meeting next week.
Oh, okay.
We're doing their schedule as well.
So because it's and then if we would go to the Buffalo News, it's even more so. So
So that's 5:30 just for the Sun.
yes, a one-time publication. Right? So
Or
And
there's
we have
much
to do
in
it.
the back of the Sun.
yeah, it'll be a little
There's
bit
a big
more.
ad for that.
About 5 times the price of Buffalo News.
So the change is essentially fee of $500, remove that $1,000. And I just put a sentence to, further disclose it because, this is not about chasing fees. It's about this amount includes the cost of publication for one standard public hearing notice. So, a motion to adopt the revised agency combined fee schedule as amended.
So
Janet. Thanks, Bob. All in favor, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Welcome. You take the slow boat here? Walk?
It's Frank White, stop over here. One more minute earlier.
All right. Any call for executive session? A motion to adjourn the August 12th Hamburg, New York IDA Board of Directors meeting at 7:48 a.m. Thank you, Jamel.
second.
Thank you, Janet. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Our next meeting is September 9th, 2020. Yeah, that picture is